one little log that I have to put in here. And then we can finally find out what it is we've learned here. Wait a second. Yeah, there have been quirks detected. I noticed that the radio turned on. But I don't remember how. So this has to do with the steering wheel. Let me see if the radio has anything to do with that. So when the steering wheel goes left, something happens that has nothing to do with the radio at all. Well, apparently it's the wipers. Well, I should be able to brute force this without running out of guesses. I must not have run into this quirk yet. I think there's only one left. Yeah, here we go. And there's another thing with the radio. Wipers move slowly when steering wheel goes left. But something does happen to the radio at some point, and it's with the battery? Well, that's weird. I mean, the radio's switching on. Wait a minute. I thought my guesses were refunded. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to wait on fixing that quirk for a bit. But anyway, what have we learned? So we have a moldy balloon. That's what that poisonous thing that I was trying to scan but couldn't until now, and with great risk to myself, actually was. Transcript taken from the psychiatric debriefing of Sergeant Dale Farrow, April 20th, 1969. I'm so sick of it, man. I'm so done with this place. You know how I felt looking at that giant bounding ball of death just heading down the street today? I felt like the whole world is out to get us. It isn't safe here anymore. We can't protect the scientists, the engineers, nobody. We've got these things out there shooting toxic snot around every day, and they act like people don't even exist. And they're mindless. It's not like you can reason with any of these things. You can't talk to them. I don't know how to predict how any of them will behave. I don't know what they want, if they want anything. All I know is I want out. Every day we go out there and we're in danger like nothing I've ever seen before. I can't sleep at night because I'm so scared, and because I don't even know if the barracks are safe now. Listen to me, Chen, we're going to lose more soldiers. We're going to lose more people. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be doing this. Okay, and let's talk fuel. We have the, we have the Lazarus device, and it can go on that other thing. Maybe I can install it before I go. And equipment. Gripping gloves. Yeah, I cannot count how many times some anomaly has snatched something away from me. On this previous trip, it happened twice in a row while the stability was collapsing, like after the alarm had gone off, and I dropped the anchor twice because of something. Well, I'm officially sick of it. Somewhere in here is... Yeah, here we go, the junction restabilizer. Use the scanner charge to send a modified signal to a junction, scrambling it. And we've got the ice cream. Pacific Fresh, I must have missed that one. It's your traditional air freshener that looks like a pine tree. And the forage sticker about the mushrooms. And lastly, but not leastly, we have all of these anomaly encounters. Number 4 out of 6. No, this isn't like that hat guy. This is something else. I never see the face, but it's always a figure. A shadow. Kind of fuzzy and gray. A bunch of us have all had the same kind of dreams now. We'll be in the forest somewhere. The figure is always beside us, hard to see. It points towards something. And when we wake up, there's always something where it had pointed. In the real-life version of that place, one time it was this nest of stuff like frog spawn. Another time it was the first crawler in the zone. And once it was what was left of Jack. Okay, Anomaly Studies number 2. Arctic category reference 3.63. While this anomaly cannot strictly be described as a humanoid, it has nevertheless gained the moniker Hat-Man. And a slew of distant sightings describe a first impression of a tall person in a hat and a coat. Sightings are consistent in their description of a tall, thin shape moving at or just above ground level, with a broad, low, hat-like top above an almost cone-like tapering lower structure. This can give the impression of a wide-shouldered figure. No sightings of this anomaly have occurred since June 1964. However, at this time, many zone personnel began to report extremely consistent dreams of something similar entering their homes. We have Singley and Family number 2, day 6. I am keeping a journal. I will write it in English. This is my assignment for night school. Sometimes it is hard to find words in a new language, but today it is hard to find words in any language. I feel hope, joy, pride. I see our children in this new home, so big we do not have to share rooms anymore. We are now in a place they call the Olympic Exclusion Zone. The air is heavy and cold. The rain makes us shiver, but electricity is free. We are warm. The food is provided in plenty. Tomorrow we begin our first hauling job. We will work hard for this new life. But we know how to work hard. Signed, Sheeran Singley. We've got lab reports number 3 out of 6. I'm delighted to report that the radioactive shielding has been a runaway success. We barely had trace readings inside the landing module, the command module, and the cargo module. We can now confirm that we have created the most radiation-resistant material humanity has ever known. We've shipped the last of the panels and materials back to ARDA Engineering for further analysis, but I see no reason they can't be used again on the next mission. The degradation is minimal. I'm excited to show you the full analysis in person. Meet you in the ARDA cafeteria on Thursday. And let's have Poetry by Tobias B. I don't know what his last name actually was. The thunder's tearing, twilight tantrum, rips through the tawny sunset. The first screams of a world newborn, birthed in pain. A curling calico cloudscape concludes the shaking of the day, and lurks like guilt in an evening sky, witness to our shame. Human hubris hangs heavy here, as nature turns her back, and no litanies can catalogue all that we shall change. I can't really do a New York accent that well, can I? I wasn't trying, but... And let's see. This trip lasted an hour and 36 minutes. I took mostly radiation damage with some poison. The car took mostly poison damage. Because of that moldy balloon, I suppose. Plus some explosive damage, electrical damage, impact, and less radiation. And I was airborne for 14 seconds. And I got 4.4 in stable energy. I must have already had 0.6 of it. So, why don't we take our first trip, our first proper trip into the deep zone? I'll tell you what, because all these highways. Actually, let me think here. There are a couple of... There's some places I'd like to go, like to collect marsh eggs and swamp coral, but they're all blocked by... plan this trip, and I don't seem to be getting anywhere. I could, however, well, I could go to A6. I could go to whatever this is, but it's a dead end. Why is it a dead end? I guess some places really aren't open to me. There only seems to be the one place that I can go, and even there, I have to take a kind of a roundabout route because of all these areas that are, well, completely unstable. Unless what I did... How does this thingy work here? How do I get to it? Is it, let me see, that's C3. Is it possible? Does it say anything about, how would I re-roll this location? I mean, what about... Alright, I guess there's nothing obvious as to how to reroll the conditions, unless I can't actually cure it of whatever this cloud here. So I'll select this one, just for the sake of selecting it. Couple of things I don't recognize. One's pointy, one's explosive. Exhausting explosions. And it takes 4 kilolimbs. And I have to go through a place where there's fuel evaporation. And I have to go through the warrens too. I'm not looking forward to that. I'd go through here, but it's very unstable. And here, but it's also really unstable. I don't even know what that is. A shift storm. But you know what? I don't want to know. E5 doesn't seem to have anything with it wrong with it. Okay, I can sort of plot out how to get to where I'm going. I just wish I had more options. I suppose I'll take a pass on the Scorch. While I'm still here... Oh, it's empty. And while I'm still here... Well, every little bit counts. Okay. Off we go. Oh, wait a second. Silly me. I can't believe I almost forgot to do this. But the Lazarus device, the thing I unlocked. If I can find where it is. Oh, I can't build it anyway. There's it. Not enough total resources. Wait a minute. Okay, it needs 2... Oh... It needs 120 marsh eggs. It's yet another thing that needs marsh eggs. Okay, it was a good idea while it lasted. always dead of night when I'm setting out here. It's never daytime, is it? Curious fragility. Well, I'm glad I'm not going there. Okay, there's one anchor. It's kind of out of the way, but I think I have time to grab it anyway. I don't run into this left right. I'd much rather run into the trees than that thing. Charging stations or something like that off. But it's kind of out of the way. So this really is an empty road. Coming up on some buildings. Yes, bus. Just going to cross over it. Did I just hear a bunny? I wonder what kind of bunnies are around here, if there are any. Maybe it's just the wind. Whoa, giant rock. At least the rain's calmed down. Well, there's still lightning. Hot out. Hello? Certainly wasn't expecting to find a Liberator in here. Albeit one that's almost out of charge, but... you might even choose.